Alright everybody, welcome back to Sim with Jim. This will be episode 2. We're going to change the name a little bit. We're just going to call it Grandpa's Farm. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to do some harvesting on this field. So, I don't want to run over my tipper or my trailer there. Got a field of wheat here that Grandpa had planted and it's ready to go now. Got a good night's sleep. I talked to Grandpa and he said everything was going to be fine. Whoa, look at here. This must be, this could be one of the neighbors here. He seems kind of friendly. Hold on. Hey, how you doing?
Hello there. You must be new around here.
I am actually, Mr. McNally. I'm his grandson. I just moved here from the U.S.
Ah, right. Is he okay?
He's kind of down right now. He's kind of sick, and I kind of come over to run the farm for him. He had talked about one of his neighbors. He said one of his neighbors has fed his cows. Would that have been you?
That would be me. Yep.
Oh, well, hey man, I greatly appreciate it, helping him out like that.
You come across the big pond over here to farm. Any experience with farming?
Well, I have experience with a cattle farm in the U.S., but not dairy farming like they do over here.
Oh, good. Right.
So any and all
are you
advice?
Here on your own?
I am. Yes, I came over by myself.
Goodness. It's a big job on your own. You're going to need all the help you can get. But there's a great bunch around here. All you have to do is ask.
Man, I really appreciate it.
What are you doing at the minute?
I'm bringing in this load of wheat here. I gotta get it in, and then I gotta get the straw bales. I've only got like 2 straw bales left for the cattle, so it's kind of
I
slim.
don't think the forecast is great for the next few days.
Yeah, I heard they get a lot of rain over here.
I have a few hours now where I'm not needed. I could give you a hand if you want it.
Boy, I would greatly appreciate it. And if there's anything I can do to kind of help you, maybe we can trade labor or something, you know.
We're all a good bunch around here. We all pull together. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. We can all pull together.
Nice.
The only thing, I remember your grandfather was a big deer man. Is there any half-decent deers in that yard?
Oh yeah, help yourself. We there's
right.
Equipment in there. There's a tipper trailer.
I'll give you a few hours to start it off, sure. Let's get going.
That's a nice old Ford you got.
Yeah, she's the classic.
Wow, look at that
thing. Well maintained. Doesn't see much work nowadays, but there's still 600 hours on it.
Well, she's a beaut. She's clean.
The
Wow.
little one for running back and forth to the shop.
Well, that guy seems pretty nice, man. That's pretty neat. I finally got to meet the guy that been helping Grandpa out. That's pretty cool. So, well, what do you know, fellas? We met one of the neighbors. He's offered to help us here, so that's even better. He mentioned Grandpa really liked him John Deere. No, he did. He's been a John Deere man his whole life. So I kind of felt honored when, he asked me to come over here to help him out. He's always been good to me, so that's what you do. You help your family out. And I get to see Ireland for the first time in my life, so it's kind of a win-win. Granddad used to send me pictures, and we'd talk on the phone, and he would always send pictures when they would do a big, what they called a silage harvest. So I don't know much about it. I'm anxious to do it. He's got silage bales right now, but then they were talking. He always showed me pictures of what they called a silage pit. So I'm sure Simon there probably knows all about that. I'll have to kind of pick his brain. Need to take him out to dinner sometime. Properly thank him for helping Grandpa out. And we can talk over a beer. I know they drink pints over here, and Grandpa always drink tea, so maybe we'll chat that up over a cup of tea. Kind of a small field of wheat, not the huge wheat and corn fields that I'm used to in America, but hey, I'll take it. I'm enjoying the weather over here too. It's nice and cool. Very neat country. Pretty. I mean, the landscape around here is just amazing.
Hey, Jim, it's Simon on Channel 19 in the CB. Do you call me?
Oh, hold on. He's on the CB. Let me get this thing turned on. Simon, can you hear me?
Yeah, Roger, I'm going to pull this trailer over for you. You want this stuff baled as well? Over.
Please, yes.
Yeah, I noticed down the yard there, I haven't been up in a week or two because I thought just the little stuff got on, but you've plenty of bales on. You need to be thinking about some silage.
Yeah, I'm going to need all the help I can get with that. I was just kind of, I'm doing like a vlog, you know, so I'm recording this also, but I was telling the people that I'm talking to in my vlog, I don't know anything about silage. Grandpa used to send me pictures, and that's about all I know, so any and all help would be greatly appreciated.
When it's ready, I'll put you in contact with a few more of the guys around here.
Okay.
All pretty good points. All pulled together. Especially silage time. As you know, probably a small, narrow window in this country with the weather.
Oh, yeah. I've heard all about the rain.
But it's good times because they're all pulling together. A couple of days, bringing maybe 100 acres, fill the pits, get them ready for the winter for you.
Well, that would be amazing.
A few phone calls would be long, sorting it out.
Perfect.
And they're all a good bunch as well, so we all get along.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure what to expect when I was, you know, I kind of come over here to help Grandpa out.
Yeah, we all look after each other. Do you want this baled?
Please, if I'm holding you up from your own work, man.
As I said, I have an hour or two. I can give you a pull out to start off with. I'm not due back milking to around about 2 o'clock, so I have an hour or two.
Awesome.
I'll start sending a few text messages out on the old phone. See if I can gather up a bit of a crew. What's the silage state at the minute? What's the state of the grass? Have you checked it?
No, I haven't. I just got in a couple days ago and trying to get acclimated and seeing what the farm needs were. I don't know. I was telling Grandpa, and I don't know much about dairy cattle. I raise beef cattle in the States, but this is all new to me.
Yeah, you've been throwing at the deep end, but you'll not be long picking up the ropes as you go along. And you'll never be stuck once you meet the crew.
Oh, good. Well, that's awesome, guys. I mean, this guy here, he seems like a really nice guy. You know, he's been helping Grandpa. I don't know how I could be able to repay him or thank him enough, but we might do some work on his farm in the future, maybe help him out, kind of trade labor that way. We'll just have to see how that goes.
Hey Jimmy, you tasted the local cuisine yet? You had your Guinness?
No, I have not had a proper Guinness here in Ireland. I've had them, at a bar in the States, but not here.
Murphy's Pub down in the town there. Best pint of Guinness for miles.
Well, that'd be nice after a long, hard day on the farm, wouldn't it?
One thing you'll have to keep, potato, especially if the guys got to come in and help out.
Oh yeah, just
potato on demand.
I'll buy some beers, some snacks, and feed everybody.
So you've been 3 in at the deep end, told to get on with it, no choice?
Pretty much. Well, I don't know how you are, but when family calls, I'm not.
Family. Drop everything and go.
Grandpa's he was always good to me, so I figured I'd pay him back, the best way I know how. I've got some family members back home that they can take care of the beef farm, so that's all taken care of.
Excellent. So what do you think of Ireland so far?
Oh, I was just telling people on my blog, it's beautiful. The landscape here is nice. It's this time of year, of course, spring. It's nice and cool. Now I do know that it rains a lot. I've been told.
Yeah,
but
don't get used to this weather. As I said earlier, sometimes you have a small narrow window to get foliage in and pits covered.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
But when we get this weather, it's the most beautiful country in the world.
Boy, it is. The backdrop here is just amazing. The coastline is pretty. Yeah, once I get some downtime, I'm going to kind of run around the countryside here and go to town and check everything out.
You'll not be long finding your feet. You should fit in pretty well. That old grandfather of yours certainly liked this green stuff. Never changed either.
Nope. It's kind of a family tradition.
Yeah. They used to say if it's red, it stays in the shed.
Oh yeah. He would send me postcard and say if it's blue, she won't do.
They always complained about being a poor farmer.
Oh.
He was the poorest farmer I knew, had the best of stuff.
Oh, I know. He liked to carry on like he was never making any money or doing anything, but he always had nice equipment, so something was going right, huh?
Well, I suppose don't have the equipment, they can't do the work.
Well, that's true. He always said there was something about, Irish milk and the dairy, how they, the way they feed the cattle and everything that made the milk to always taste better, and the butter and everything else.
Of course, everything in Ireland's better. He's got quite the operation going on here, and I tell you what,
he talks about his farm is small, like there's bigger dairy farms than this, and I was like, holy cow. It's a lot of work.
There's a few splashed around. Sure, as you say, once you get a bit of time in your hands, take a walk about and have a look. Or you'll run into a few others while we're here.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope to meet some folks. Yeah, I introduce myself and kind of learn, you know.
Never be stuck to ask. Always help somewhere.
Sure. Yeah. As my dad always told me, he said Grandpa never really met a stranger. He liked everybody and knew everybody, so I think he's pretty well respected from what I can tell around here, around these parts.
Certainly is. And a wealth of knowledge.
Oh yeah, we were talking last night.
It's not worth not knowing.
And he's still sharp, you know. He's just physically he really can't do the work, but his mind's still sharp.
You never know, you might see him something green one day again.
We just might. Yeah, he might be out there hauling silage for us someday or something. I'd like to see how they put that in the pit. He used to send me pictures, but the pit was pretty much done when he would send it to me. It'd be full, and they would cover it up with like some plastic, throw a bunch of old tires on top of it.
It's a delicate old operation. Runs like a clock. It does.
Yeah, we would talk on the phone, and he would call me, and it would be like early in the morning my time. And he said they would be running silage from like 8 in the morning till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And I was thought, holy cow. But I guess that's part of that window you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Depends if you're going for 2 or 3 cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Even smaller windows sometimes. So basically you never even got time to get over your jet lag, you were just free on at the deep end.
That was it, yeah. I had one night, we kind of spent one night there and hard at it. I'm looking at my computer here. We're not getting much. He talked about there wasn't much fertilizer on this crop here because I don't know how you guys are used to it, but I set this up like we do in America, and I'm looking at bushel per acre, and we're not getting a whole lot off of this field, but I guess that's kind of
pretty pert. I mean, normally if there was a bit of fertilizer sown out on it or manure, get a bit more yield of it.
Yeah, he
same with the grass and the silage.
He got it planted, but then he kind of fell ill while it was in the ground, so he didn't get a chance to do much fertilizer or anything on it, he said. It's kind of different tipping straight to a grain cart like that. I can dig it. It's one less person you need out here.
Bigger fields, you normally put 2 or 3 carts around the field.
Yeah, well, we would have a chaser bin, and we would fill that chaser, and then of course they would fill an 18-wheeler. But
yes,
I kind of like this smaller farming like this. You feel like you get a little more accomplished. You're not in one field for all hours of the day. What about you? You have a family and everything, or?
Yeah, I got the usual 2 up, 2 down, wife, 2 kids.
I got you.
150 acres on down the road. You're welcome there anytime.
Oh wow, yeah.
Doors always open, kettle's always on. Don't be stuck.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave my number in the cab of this tractor before I go.
Well, that'd be great.
Don't hesitate. Way up and down the road right and often up at Big Billy's anyway, so.
Oh, that's where they sell the bales? I heard Grandpa talking about that place. Oh, okay.
Oh, Big Billy's a character.
Oh, I bet he is.
Surprised you haven't met him yet.
No, I can't
He's
wait
an
to meet
absolute
some of these people.
We'll meet all sorts, you certainly will.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Scottish guy works down in that Tesco's down the street, just watch him. He's fond of giving you the wrong chains, etc, etc.
Oh.
Like a dodgy character, I would just watch out for him.
Yeah, I guess that's everywhere. We have that in the States too.
Your currency from your dollars to your euros. You might just take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, my plane landed and Granddad sent a driver, and so the guy come to pick me up, you know, and
to Shannon, was it, or Dublin?
yeah, Shannon, and
Nice.
the guy picked me up, and I looked at him. Well, it was about 7:30 in the morning, and I didn't know anything better to say, so I just looked at him and said, "Top of the morning to you," and he, well, I thought he was going to hit me. I guess that's a myth, huh?
Yeah, we're not really morning people. Huh?
I can tell. I asked Granddad about that, and he said, "No, lad, don't say that around here." And I said, "Okay."
You been out to church yet? Where do you meet the bishop?
Oh, is he a character too, huh?
Oh, the bishop. Oh man, what can I say? I'll let you judge that character on your own.
So did you just start farming on your own, or was it kind of like a handed down through the family, or?
Yeah, it's an old hand-me-down, generation to generation.
Same.
Didn't get much of a choice. Passed on from fathers, grandfathers, fathers.
Yeah, it's
You know,
kind of the
it's
same
like,
with me. I was born into it, so.
You have a father stuck in the older generation, doesn't want to move on with technology, computers, etc. It's hard. He's still looking over my shoulder.
We, last year we got a new harvester, and it was, it actually had the GPS on it where it would map out your fields, and oh, I thought my dad was going to have a stroke. He said, "What do you mean you don't drive it?" I said, "Well, you just turn it at the end of the rows." He said, "Well, hell, that's cheating." I like it. Some of the older fellas, they have a hard time. But I tell you what, that farming that your dad and my dad and Granddad did years ago, that was hard work. We're kind of spoiled right now,
I'm at a stage now of sort of step back from it a bit and have a good farm manager in.
Oh,
I'm out
yeah.
driving big yellow taxis now instead, sort of part-time.
Oh, I got you, yeah.
And hopefully the next generation's going to take it over. I enjoy the yellow taxi work, so...
Oh, good. Pretty noble work, too, you know.
Yeah. Fun and games. So how are you going to manage the two, one here and one across the pond? That's going to be a bit of a juggle, is it not?
Well, I've got, the good news is, back home I've still got my brother and a couple of cousins that they're going to run it while I'm gone.
Yep.
And depending, you know, after this season, this may end up being a permanent home for me. I talked to Grandpa, and they've owned this piece of ground so long that he don't want to sell it, and I don't want him to sell it. So I may end up moving over here. Yeah. Just have to kind of see how that goes. Talked to the wife, and she's good with it, you know. So she'll be over in a couple of weeks. She's going to come down to visit and bring the kids.
Excellent.
May throw my boy in there one day carting grain for us. He helps out a lot on the farm too.
Got to arrange a good old shindig for them, then get the barbecue out.
Oh yeah.
Get a meet up. Crack open a few ribs.
Definitely. Tell you what, I needed the straw worse than I needed the grain. I was down to two bales. There's all Grandpa had in the yard. So
Well, that's a good start on it. Keep you going for a bit.
oh yeah, man, I really, really appreciate the help.
And look at that. Sure, within half an hour, the field's done, dusted and gone.
What's that? Yeah, we made quick work of it, didn't we?
Certainly did.
Down here and get this last little bit. Now I saw in the back in one of his sheds he had some type of bale collecting machine. I don't believe I've ever used one of those. I have to see how that works.
Big
It looks.
trailer, is it?
Yeah.
Part of the Anderson pack. It's like an automated arm that goes out, I think.
Yeah, from what I could tell, he was saying that, you know, especially if you're working by yourself, that's the way to do it.
There's the auto load feature and again auto unload. So when you're on your own, life a lot handier, easier than a set of forks and a trailer. But
Oh,
there's
I bet,
some guys about love the old school.
Yeah.
Right, that's me. I'll put this back in the yard for you and I'll head on. I'll leave the number of the mobile in the cab. Anytime, day or night, give us a buzz and we'll catch up again soon.
Hey, Simon, I can't thank you enough, man.
Not a problem. Stay in touch. Sure, we'll return the favour very shortly.
Yeah, will do. And if you need any help, just give me a shout.
Not a problem. I'll be in touch soon. As I say, have a look at that grass. See what you need for the silage. Might need some fertiliser and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And we can talk about organising the crew. I'll pass you on the number of the main man who runs the crew.
Perfect.
And when the stuff's ready, he can come in and we can all get it in, get the pits filled and covered, ready for the long dark winter that's gonna come.
Oh yeah, I would. I don't know what to say, man. Just thank you so much. You've been a huge help. That old tractor. Look at that old Ford, boys. That thing is sharp. Need to get back.
Don't scratch the paintwork.
Need to get this 7R and go get that grain brought in and. Well, guys, I believe that's going to do it for our second vlog there. Wow. How cool was that? We got to meet one of the neighbors, and man, it just seems like a hell of a good guy. I can't wait to meet everybody else. I think this is going to be a good summer, a good time here in Ireland. So I can't say anything bad about anything so far. Everything's been great. Certainly the neighbors, you know, if everybody's like him, my goodness, this is going to be a blessing. So I think I'm gonna get this grain brought in, and we're gonna call it a day there. Stay tuned for the next episode, and hopefully we'll do some more work, do some more field work. We'll get these bales brought in here, and everything will be mighty fine. So thanks for watching. Catch us again next time, and we'll see you soon. Good night.